Well, there isn't anything actually more special about the woman they were trying to replace me with, because obviously she has to basically be me in order to pass the test, right? But, the reason to do that, okay, because here's the thing, it's like he could have just married me and been the princess, or been the prince, right? He could have just married me and been the prince, right? So instead he decides to try to like replace me with this other princess. And it's not that she was any different than me, other than the only way it makes sense to me is if she was willing to jump through endless hoops forever. But then you realize, shit, now you're stuck with a fucking princess who isn't even actually the fucking princess, who might be the only other person on the fucking planet who knows she's not the real fucking princess, and then she owns your ass. So it's like, whatever kinky dog shit you got up front, I really hope that you got it up front, because that sounds like the stupidest plan in the world, because no matter how you cut the mustard, you're never the motherfucking prince. It's like, why would you pass up being the prince? But anyway, no, for the people that want to know, there wasn't anything extra. It wasn't that I was some, like, horrible urchin. I just wasn't the one, taking dog knots or something. That's all I can think of. Because, because I can see how the voyeur con works generally when you're making all these broke women jump through hoops for whatever. But when you're gonna bring a woman in to, like, be a princess, then you're, like, already inventing her as a princess. It's like you really can just make the fraudulent paperwork and make anybody a princess at that point. So the only way that this plan ever really makes sense is if you're kind of stupid and you decided to just, like, find a woman that looks like Britney, but then how could she ever possibly be better than Britney if she's not doing something up front? But then that's going to end really quick when then you're stuck with this fake princess who's the only person that knows she's a princess. So then the only other one is it's another rich bitch who doesn't really have to kill this princess to be a princess because she's kind of already a princess. And then, killing Britney to pretend she's a princess doesn't actually ever make her a princess. So all you guys are doing is like making a pile of fraudulent paperwork, which you could do anyway. So then it only really, really makes sense as a war on the god that made the princess. And Spirit wants to be salty, so if I was going to make this into a PowerPoint, I'd make it my 3 points, right? Either you were going to get special favors, which was a short-term stupid idea. Either she was already a rich enough bitch, that you guys are just being salty. Or you're really just like a war on God. And I would those are the 3 points, and then I would explain them to you and not write out everything.